Welcome to the third episode of the Wild Balkans, where I'm about to get seriously stuck. But let's pick up the story where we left off, in North Macedonia in Mavrovo National Park. So once again, this park mainly consists of these beautiful highlands, where there's really no one around except from some hikers, some bikers and people like me. Other than that, there's only the shepherds and they really don't have anyone. So whenever I come across one of them, I try to offer them, since everyone in this country has been offering me stuff. And in those moments you cannot communicate with each other, but words like Fanta or Coca-Cola work in every language possible. And that's how you're able to give something back and make someone smile. So the tracks in this park are really bad. This means I have to keep my pace down at all times. But if you consider that I also stop every 5 minutes to either take a picture or throw up my drone, it means that I'm not covering a lot of distance. So sometimes I need to put all of that away to make some kilometers and live in the moment. For some reason, these dogs only bark when you're driving and not when you're stopping.
So, I don't know whose job was tightening this nut.
But they forgot to tighten it all the way.
Okay, so I just drove up to that tower up there. There was about 2,000 meters of elevation, and now I found the mountain where I can drive on with the highest elevation in Mavrovo. It's 2,100 meters, and it seems like fairly drivable, so let's go to the roof of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, we made it all the way up.
This is insane. What a machine. Well done, Toyota. Well built.
And after I left the heights of Mavrovo National Park and returned to the big roads, they also turned out to be not as big as expected. But at least it helped me make some quick kilometers to get to the next destination, the new highlands, which I would visit the next morning.
Been a long one again, but I'm glad I found a good spot and I gave myself some time. So I have a good meal prepped for tomorrow, and I'm just gonna wind down slowly and head to bed before dark. Okay, this is gonna be somewhat of a problem because there's a huge tree here and there's no way I can winch that out, and I don't have a saw on me, and it is too steep down there and too steep up here to go around, so I will have no choice but to go back. Okay, so this is where I'm at, and as you can see there are no other tracks to get to where I want to go. This is the only track, so it's messed up and there's no way I can turn around, so I need to reverse. But when I turn on satellite view, I do see something that vaguely resembles a track right here, so I'm gonna attempt to drive back to back out this piece, probably like 500 meters, and I can see if this is a drivable track.
So I decided to back out about 500 meters and try this other track, which actually was there. But what I didn't know at this point is that this solution for the one problem created a whole new problem of its own. The most scary off-road situation I've ever been on alone. This other track very quickly turned in a 30-degree straight up climb. And it was very doable until it wasn't, and it got so scary.
Come on! This is generally fucked up. It's a 30-degree incline and it's about 25 degrees off camber right now. Holy shit. For the last bit I started slipping down and I just couldn't do it anymore. I put the rocks behind all the tires, I got out and did the winch, and I'm gonna try to winch my way up the hill because this is just too much. Just too much. So I pulled my way up this way for a meter or two, I guess, and then I attached myself with a wedge trap to a tree, and now I'm winching myself all the way across to this side because it looked like this would be a safe spot. I think from here on I could drive again, so okay, it seems like the worst is behind us, luckily. It's still at a very tricky angle, but it's just gonna get more flat. I'm just alternating between putting pressure on the clutch and pressure on the winch to make sure that both of them get to cool a bit. And like I do 2-3 meters and let them cool for 2-3 minutes. And I think with this way, should be able to get to somewhere up here where hopefully it's drivable again.
So after 45 minutes of winching and being very scared, I got into the position where I was able to drive again. It was still super steep, but I honestly believed I could make it this time.
As soon as I start driving, I start sliding, and there's nothing left up here to winch to. So I'm really out of options. So this is where we get really creative, I guess. But it's stressful. I'm just gonna take all the rope I have and walk it up the hill to see if I can find a rock that I can partially dig out to tie the rope around. But I mean, that's very tricky. But maybe it will do. Yeah, that's the adventure. Okay, so I cut myself a ray around this boulder and attached all the rope I have. I have no idea, I might just pull this out. I don't even know how strong or big it is. But I guess it's worth a shot. So we've got all the lines running, connected all the way down to the car. Let's give this a shot. That did not work. Fuck. Fuck.
This was such a scary moment. I genuinely rolled down the hill for about 5 meters and I was so scared I would roll all the way down and either lose my car or my life in this. But I didn't, so I had to face reality and keep on going.
Okay, so let this be winch attempt 4.
I dug around this rock, got underneath the top of it, and hopefully it's heavy enough to hold my car. So let's try again. So I've got another successful tug in on this rock. I could go even a bit further, but I'm having a bit of trouble because it tends to go sideways and it's starting to pull me on a rock right here. Right now I'm still in the clear, so I want to keep it like that. Try to pull more that way. And then from somewhere up there, I should be able to drive. Another half hour of digging done here. Hopefully this will be enough to get us out.
And once again the rock came loose. But I would not give up hope. The sun was scorching down on my skin and it was so hot, but I got out once again, found a new rock to attach myself to, and in the end, found a way out.
After over 2 hours of sweat and tears, I made it, guys. All the way on top. Jesus Christ.
Je zit niet meer vast hier. Nee jongen, ik ben echt net 5 minuten weg. Ik ben helemaal vrij. Helemaal vrij.
Oh shit. Shit, ja, ik dacht ik bel even, want dat zag er niet echt goed uit.
Back on top of the world, and luckily not alone anymore. So you can see Lake Ohrid right there, and the other lake right there, and that's where I'm going tonight. So these motor riders just told me that the track I took apparently was for trophy rallies only, so they thought it wouldn't be possible with a normal car, and I told them I did it, and they were more than surprised, but I'll take it as a compliment, and I'm not proud of it either, but I'm happy we survived.
Once I crossed the ridge line in the mountains, I pretty quickly descended down onto the asphalt and made my way to Ohrid to chill out and get some proper lunch.
So I just arrived at Lake Ohrid and I was planning to go for a chill and swim for the rest of the day. But then I saw an ad for paragliding. So guess who's going paragliding in half an hour. So let's score super fast lunch here.
So after this super nice experience, I went up into the national park to look for a wild camp. So next to Lake Ohrid is Galicia National Park. It's actually very small, but it's all accessible off-road and it's so beautiful. I don't think you're allowed to wild camp there, but there really wasn't anybody around, so who cares? The next morning I decided to get up early and hit the road as soon as possible. Because during the night the shepherd came through again with his cows and I didn't want to disturb him once again, so I decided to leave this region and head further into the national park.
sometimes you just need to remind yourself that this is still an actual holiday, so taking it easy for a bit.
So for a couple of hours I found myself at Lake Ohrid, having a little picnic, doing some swimming and mainly just recharging after those heavy days. And once I felt ready, I got in the car and got on my way to the Albanian border. With that, I would end this whole Macedonian chapter, which honestly has been so amazing. The people here are beautiful, the country is beautiful, the tracks are amazing, and honestly it's been such a great experience. So I'm really grateful for that. And for now, I drove a lot of kilometers to find myself in Balkans, a very pristine little town where I would stay in a hostel to actually meet some other people and socialize for once. But that's the next chapter. That's the next episode, and that's what we will see next week. So, for now, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this thrilling episode as I did making it. See you guys next time.